Let's find out all the things I can get in India for £1 or less. So welcome. It is a very hot day here on Port Blair and I have to take care when I'm walking because I kicked a rock yesterday and I bust all my toe open. So I've got to make sure I don't make that cut any worse. I absolutely love goats. Love them. So I'm in Port Blair. Port Blair is the capital of the Andaman Islands, which is a territory of India, not a state. And today, it's keeping on the theme of money. And we're gonna go and find all the things, lots of little things you can get in this place, which is gonna cost £1 or less. First one is I'm gonna go get my hair cut. Now, anytime I've visited a barber before in this place, it's never gone over 100 rupees. £1 is 100 rupees. So even though this being a territory of India, it is, it's quite remote, it's quite far away from mainland India. So you always find prices here on Andaman are slightly more because so much gets imported into this place. The smaller the island, slightly more the price, again because of importation. So I need to go find a barber and let's get a haircut for 100 rupees or less. I'm not going to pay over £1 for my haircut. Getting a haircut for £1 here on the Andaman Islands. You know what, that's really good as well. They proper take their time. That must have taken about, I don't know, an hour. And you know, when you're getting a haircut and they take their time, it just means they're doing it properly. But that is the best haircut for £1 that I think I'll ever get. Considering that in the UK that I've just got, if I'd gone to, obviously there's some neighbourhoods in Manchester where getting a haircut is cheaper, the neighbourhoods I go to. But if you was to get this in the centre of Manchester, you're probably looking at about £40, £50, which is just mad. In Manchester, centre of Manchester, this haircut would have cost 50,000 rupees and I've just paid 100 rupees for this. Amazing. But let's continue on. Let's continue on finding all these things that you can get for £1 or less here in Port Blair on the Andaman Islands in India. Look. For me, this is just such a mad experience because you'd never do this in the West. You'd just never do it. That'd just be dangerous. But it's so normal here. Maybe you'll subscribe to my channel. Now, there's a couple of things here that I want to talk about. That's definitely less than £1 because it's absolutely free. And the first one I want to talk about is healthcare. So I'm not fully sure why, and I even cannot tell you why this includes tourists as well, because that surprises me. But healthcare here in Port Blair and everywhere on the Andamans is completely free. It's free for the locals, it's free for any tourists. And I don't just mean tiny little bits, like I have a friend who's a doctor, big shouts to the doctor. And he tells me whether it's, you know, just some medications that you would need or full-on treatment. You know, if you had quite a serious thing happen to you, your treatment in the government hospitals here would be free. And that is just so mad to me. Obviously you get the options of private healthcare, etc. And I have used and experienced the government hospitals. They're fine, they're absolutely fine. They're just not as modern as you may find in the West, etc. But when I've had to use the government hospitals for small things like antibiotics on cuts or just checking certain things, I've had a really good experience. You can be in, you have to register with them, then you'll be seen in casualty like straight away, and anything you may need, like any creams or any tablets or antibiotics, it's all completely free. And I get it for the locals, but that includes tourists as well. And I'll never know why, but I am so grateful for that because I have used it before. So another thing that is completely free here in Port Blair is cricket. Welcome to the Netaji Stadium. So obviously cricket is huge in India. It's like easily the #1 sport. And every time I pass this stadium, there is always a cricket match going on, and it's completely free to come into the stadium and watch. So from what I can work out, this is very localized cricket, but the level of stadium and the amount of people that are interested in watching it, it's like pretty big. Maybe it's the only cricket they have here. Free cricket on the islands. I'm gonna go now because there's about 60 people staring at me. So let me know in the comments if that surprises you, that those two things are actually completely free here on the Andaman Islands. So let's make our way back into the city and find out what else you can get here for £1 or less. So behind me here is the cellular jail. It's now a museum dedicated to the colonial history and the freedom fighter history that is very relevant to the Andaman Islands. Now, I made a video on this jail when I was here last time, so I'm going to link it in the corner if you want to check that out right now. And if you are interested in history, bit of a dark history, it's definitely worth checking this one out. But let's go find out how much it costs to enter the cellular jail. It's mad because I've just seen a sign which says videography is prohibited, and I'm pretty sure when I came here last year that sign didn't exist, or if it did, I big time broke the rules, and I apologise. But like always, big up the freedom fighters. If you're ever going to be in Port Blair, I do suggest you check out this place. It's incredible. And the entrance to go into the cellular jail is just 30 rupees, which is about 30p, and it's definitely worth it. You might have to bear with me on this because it's extremely loud here on this main street in Port Blair. But I'm about to head to a place called Milan. It's a hotel and a restaurant, and it's a place I pretty much go for breakfast every single day. My go-to breakfast is something called puri bhaji, and a puri bhaji costs 80p, 80 rupees, and I absolutely love it. It's like this puri bread, which is like a flat, it's like a flat dough bread that's fried and then it puffs out, and you just use that to dip it in a range of dips. Something which I think is made from like yogurt and cheese, which is really nice. And then you also get like a curry dip as well. But I'm gonna head back to Milan. I'm gonna show you what I would get for dinner and the fact that it costs under £1. So this is what they call masala dosa. It's like potato, which has got this huge wrap, and then you have the dips that you put it in as well, and it costs 80 rupees, people. 80 rupees. That's 80 pence. And then to go with that, you get juice. So I've gone for an orange juice this time, and the juices here, they cost 50 rupees. That's 50p, and I'm going to enjoy. So I've come to the Metro Cafe, and I've ordered something called a faluda. Now a faluda, it's like, it's got ice cream, it's got jelly, it's got fruit in it. It's kind of the best way to explain it. I'll show you on the video right now. I can't film in there because there's music playing and copyright and all that. But yeah, so I come here for pretty much dessert and to get a chai as well. The chai always, in this country, always costs between 15 and 30 rupees, and the faluda is 90 rupees. So that's about 90p, and it's what I class as dessert. Now I don't know if you've ever noticed this on like small islands or in coastal areas, but the sunrise and the sunset happen extremely quickly, literally just like that. So the way in which you can get around in Port Blair, obviously you have tuk-tuks everywhere, and most tuk-tuk journeys, unless you're going really far, they're going to be 100 rupees or under. Even for me as a tourist, which I think they always put a little more, it's still never really more than 100 rupees. However, there's a bus stop right outside my place that I tend to ride the bus, and the bus, it only costs 18 rupees, 18p, 1/8. But the only problem I have with the bus, especially when I'm at the bus station, is actually finding my bus. So I just end up asking everyone, do you go to South Point? But that's what we're going to do, 18 rupees. Just need to find it. I'm not really sure the way the buses work here. Sometimes it's number 3, sometimes it's number 22, sometimes it's number 15. So I just ask them, I just say, are you going? But this bus behind me is my bus. It's about a 10-15 minute ride. It rides through the city and then out. But I live quite close to the centre. But it doesn't leave for another 20-25 minutes. So I'm just going to wait. Just going to hang out here at the bus depot while everyone looks at me thinking, what's this fucking white guy doing on the bus? Just check out some of the buses you get here. Like, some of the buses are really old. You do get some amazing buses that are very colourful, They're all lit up, they've got sound systems on them. But the bus that goes to my neighbourhood is this one behind me. It kind of looks like a large Mercedes. It's not a Mercedes, it's Indian equivalent to Mercedes. But they've got air conditioning on them, and they're much smaller than some of the buses you get. But I also have to make sure I don't wait too long outside because I want to get a seat. I really want to get a seat because the way they drive the buses here, it's madness. If you're not sat down, you just get thrown around. So I've really enjoyed this, just getting around Port Blair, checking out all the things you can get for under £1. Once again, if you haven't already, let me know what you think about the haircut. The haircut cost 100 rupees, which is £1. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video if you like it as well. And I'll see you on the next one.